For those of you who don't know, Satriani, who I think is the biggest finance guy on Substack, dropped a piece yesterday. It's kind of like a nuclear bomb, more so than a blog post, on the 2028 global intelligence crisis. And it's this sort of like absolute bear porn walkthrough of how AI basically incinerates the economy and leaves us in a smoldering wreckage, poor and unemployed, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, the TLDR of this piece basically is that AI works incredibly well. Companies adopt it. They cut white collar headcount, margins expand, earnings beat, stocks rally, the S&P rips higher, everything looks good on the corporate income statements. He introduces this concept they call ghost GDP, where the economic output is surging on paper, but it's not circulating through the real economy. Just when everything is looking pretty good, a feedback loop kicks in. Companies start cutting payrolls because the AI gets so good. The workers spend less money because they've been fired. And now nobody's around to buy the products that the companies are producing with greater efficiency. There's a arms race to invest more in AI to protect profit margins, which accelerates the labor cuts, which accelerates the blowups. I think he calls this the intelligent displacement spiral. And unlike in a normal recession, this does not self-correct. Normally, the economy overheats because you overbuild. You stop building, interest rates drop, you build again, everything kind of sorts its way out, and we're good, and we go back up. But this is not a cyclical market pullback in this instance. This is a paradigm shift. AI gets better and cheaper all the time. There is no overbuilding. The companies never say, okay, this is good enough. Let's hire humans again. The AI just keeps getting better and we keep getting worse. And it's quite the dystopian piece. Basically, everything explodes. I'll save you from reading through the entire thing. S&P down 38%. Employment hits 10.2%. We all die, basically. I woke up, my whole feed was people passing around this article, just doomering, absolutely doomering. A lot of people saying I shouldn't have read this before I went to bed last night. Well, I read it this morning over a couple of cups of coffee. So forgive me if I'm a little scatterbrained. It's tough doing this stream on a Monday morning. I feel like I wake up and then in like an hour and a half, I have to process all of this crazy shit that just happened because something always happens. This whole is AI going to replace everybody thing is a thing I've thought about a lot. I spend a lot of my day thinking about this. As you guys know, I've been playing around with AI quite a bit lately because I do believe that your ability to use this technology is going to be your main value add in the workforce in the coming years, or if the workforce sort of ceases to exist in the future self-employment boom, perhaps. So I've been using it. I think it's great tech. It's incredible. It is definitely broken as fuck at the moment. So the first thing that jumped out to me was Satriani's timeline here. It's definitely not happening. Like there's just no world where this happens in 2 years. I'm sorry. No. If you've played around with this stuff, you see the power and the potential, but you also see the drawbacks. You see how it breaks, accidentally deletes all of your data, burns through $700 of tokens in a day because you didn't put some check in, and then you think about how you could have hired a developer who was a human being for the same amount of money. All that fun stuff. But I think about this all day because this is the main driving trade at the moment, right? Or the main force that is driving virtually all trades. Like I think for the most part, if you're thinking about how to allocate some sort of long-term macro portfolio right now, like maybe you're thinking about how to save for retirement and you're a bit of an active investor, you don't want to just buy the index or whatever. This is the main thing that you have to process. And I think that your ability to process what happens as a result of the things that are taking place today all around us is going to be everything in terms of like, what does your portfolio gain look like in 5 years, 10 years? And it's a complicated question. I mean, it is hard to invest right now. I think it's much easier to trade right now than it is to invest, because the beauty of trading is that you get so much immediate feedback on things. You wake up, you check the price of the asset that you put a position on, you look at the chart's bad, no problem, close it out. Maybe you go short, you readapt your thesis, you keep going, right? But to try to figure out what's happening over the course of like many months, many years with all these like sort of complex interdependencies is a real bitch. Um, and it's why I spend so much of my time just living day to day, right? It's nice having a big fat account that is all cash at the beginning of the day and it's all cash at the end of the day. And then like each day is sort of a new opportunity to just see what is bullish and what is bearish. And then you go to sleep. But of course you can't manage all of your finances like that. You have to think about what the world is going to look like in 5 years, 10 years. Um, and this is the main driving factor. Like, what happens as a result of AI? Where do we go? Have you guys read this article yet? I'm curious if anybody in the chat has read this. I'm curious what you thought about it. Are you a doomer, or do you think Satriani is wrong? Why is he right? Why is he wrong? I'd love to hear what you guys think about this.